Hello YouTubers, this is Awkward Abroad. I'm back with you. I'm back in the United States for my next journey. After 3 years living in China, I've not contracted COVID-19, but when I moved back to Missouri, yeah, I got it within a week and a half. But obviously this video, I'm not here to compare COVID policies between China or the US. Today's video is all about the cost of living in China, specifically in Kunming, which is very different than living in Shanghai or Beijing. This is for you guys who are thinking about moving to China. So I think the biggest cost for everyone who moves to China, no matter who you are, will be your rent cost. My rent cost was about 2,800 RMB per month, or about $417. Remember, this is Kunming, not Shanghai or Beijing, which can run you costs of much higher, up to $1,000 a month, I would say, for really nice places. This is only in Kunming. And I paid for 3 bedrooms and a kitchen and 2 bathrooms. So that's a very luxurious apartment for Kunming. So as you imagine, prices can and will go lower than what I paid. So all of my data comes from 1 year of data, starting in May 31st, 2021 to May 31st, 2022. For $417, the apartment did come fully furnished. So it had a huge TV, which I just used to hook up my computer to stream movies or watch YouTube. Also came with couch and a key sunroom. Everything in the kitchen was provided for by myself, except for the microwave and refrigerator. Also for this price, there was included a trash service, which was daily pickup. Also includes a track around the community. It's called Shaochu. That's the name of the complex. It also includes a playground for kids. So every day when I came home, there would be hundreds of kids running around. That was the only negative part. It was quite noisy. It seemed like I was in a school. Coming home from work after school, coming back to a school, so many kids. My hometown has 768 people, but in this community, my girlfriend and I both counted up to over 2,000 people living in this one gated community. The buildings are huge, high rises, over 300 people living in just one high rise. So the second highest category of expense for me throughout the year was food. In China, you don't need to cook every day for yourself to save money. If you did cook for yourself, you could save a lot of money, but not as much as you would, say, in America or in a Western country. And living in Asia or China or wherever you want to be gives you the opportunity, the luxury of eating out every day if you want to. But you need to eat local food. When I stayed in China, I ate mostly local food or sometimes foreigner Western food on the weekends. So my food bill came out to be 1,896 RMB a month. That's around $282 a month. And so I just went out to the Walmart the other day with my father, and we spent about $150 just once on groceries, and that maybe would last us a week or two. So there are 3 main ways of getting food in China. So the first type is by delivery. They have excellent and speedy, very quick food delivery services. One was called Meituan. It had a yellow kangaroo on it, which is it's a very noticeable design. You can see him running from door to door. They are really hardworking people. Delivery will cost about the same or even less than the restaurants do. So the second way is to eat at restaurants. And restaurants are just a little bit higher than cooking for yourself. You can also cook at home, which I cooked mainly Western food, and my girlfriend would cook Chinese food. So we get a little bit of both. And then the street food is really cheap. In one of my past videos, I showed you the night market, and they have excellent and cheap food. So yeah, there are a lot of ways to get food in China. So number 3 on my list comes in as the transportation cost. The transportation cost me 1,616 RMB, which is about $240 a month. In China, you can take a rental street bike. You can take a bus, city bus, public bus. You can take a taxi car called Didi. You can take a high-speed train or an airplane. So the cheapest will be your rental bicycles on the side of the street, and then next will be your public buses. They'll be cheap. They'll be a little bit more expensive, not much, and it all depends on how far you go, of course. And then the Didi taxis are really cheap too, and really easy to use. Put in your address in English and your pickup point on the dot, and then you get picked up and you get dropped off, and it's calculated like a meter. So the next one will be this bullet trains. The bullet trains are cheaper than flying, but take longer, obviously, but they're very fast. And then the planes will take, well, of course, they were harder to use this year. You couldn't go very many places because of the COVID-19, and it was very inconvenient. But the planes were okay outside of COVID period. So the next highest expense on my list was nightlife and entertainment. I spent about 598 RMB per month. And for entertainment, I spend 421 RMB a month. So nightlife includes most of your bars or going out for a concert. And entertainment would be like going to an arcade, go for games, or going to a mall for shopping, or going to a theme park, amusement park. That is a total of $152. So if you go to a bar, the drinks are, especially beer, I guess, would be a little bit more expensive than even places in America. But on the other hand, entertainment is often cheaper. To go to big theme parks or arcades, or to rent a ping pong table or rent a pool table will often be cheaper, and for you to use it for a longer period of time. So I guess it just depends on what you want to do for entertainment. Oftentimes, I would just join the locals on a Friday night for some barbecue and drinks on the street. That was pretty cheap. Or actually, I just like walking around, exploring. I've made a walking club before in Shanghai with some friends, and we just like to explore local unseen things. So go have fun. 5th on my list is miscellaneous items. For one, our apartment, just buying clothes, shoes, or buying gifts. I would include those 3 in my miscellaneous column. It was 637 RMB a month, about 122 US dollars. It being in Kunming, which has the largest flower market, I would include buying flowers, actually, for people, and miscellaneous. 6th on my list may surprise you. It's healthcare. For me, healthcare only costs 195 RMB a month, which is about 29 US dollars. Obviously, as an expat with no insurance, and you buying your own insurance, you might pay higher premiums than me. I was working in China as a teacher. Working in China allowed me to have inpatient healthcare coverage, but no outpatient. But outpatient healthcare in Kunming was very cheap. One time I fell off my e-bike on the road and had to get some bandages and clean up. So it cost me about $3 for all that, just to see a nurse. For food poisoning, for stomach virus, it would cost less than $5 for medicine. It lasts a long time. The COVID shots, the jabs, which I had to get for my job, and the mandatory jabs, they cost about $15 a jab. Foreigners would need to pay, but if you were Chinese, you did not have to pay. It was already included in the social insurance coverage. It's a little bit unfair, but that's how it is. So 7th on my list were I made a separate category called hotels, because I just did a lot of traveling around China. So every time I traveled, hotels would be its own expense. I paid 163 RMB, about $24 a month on hotels. So I did travel a lot, even though I didn't fly very much. The hotels could cost anywhere from $15 to $20 a night. So I figure maybe that's at least one hotel trip a month I did. For that price, you get pretty good quality hotels. And last on my list is bills. Bills were the cheapest in China. If I remember in America living here, I would pay an enormous amount of money for power bills. But in China, I only paid 133 RMB a month. And that's about 20 US dollars for my cell phone bill, my water bill, and my electric bill. 20 bucks. That was amazing. Utilities are super cheap in China. So I've listed off all my categories. You can see them on the side here. If you add all of them up, it equals to be $1,286 a month that I spent on expenses while living in China. On a very good wage, working as a teacher with a very good salary, I was able to save an enormous amount of money. There are ways I think you could live cheaper than me. As well, I did not want to be so frugal where I didn't have a lot of fun and enjoy my time in China, which I did very much, the good and the bad. So until next time, guys, I'm feeling awkward.